It is a battle of the undefeated. Let's first welcome to the ring from France, Dillan force tranquille Colin.
And here is the tough, unbeaten Frenchman, Dillan Colin, 31. He's had the 14 fights, all wins. And you must say, French boxing certainly last weekend a bit resurgent. Leonardo Mosquet beat Chevon Clark for the vacant European Cruiserweight title. And a massive upset, Bruno Soares. Jaime Munguia, Tijuana, both big upsets. Can this man here, Dillan Colin, do the same thing against Daniel Lapin? Like I say, he's very aggressive, he's in your face. Can move, can box, but I think this is a big step up in opposition, in comparison to what he's used to being in with. Time he's fought outside of France. It doesn't get much bigger than this. The Frenchman, Dillan Colin.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Ukraine, the undefeated Daniel Chipunya Lapin.
Here is the 27-year-old Ukrainian Daniel Lapin, the extremely tall southpaw. 10 wins, no losses, 4 of those KOs. He's looking very strong, looking very solid, as Barry says, as of late, really starting to develop into a solid fighter. Said his dad took him to the gym when he was 6 years old and said he was mesmerised and fell in love with the art of defending and making his opponents fall short with shots. He used to love the helplessness he'd see in the eyes, and there's the fans own the poll. Daniel Lapin 72% to overcome Dillan Colin here. You can understand why if you've seen this man fall. Tall, rangy, an absolute nightmare for anybody to face. Ukrainian Daniel Lapin enters the ring for the 11th time as a professional. So there is Lapin with his team, been working very closely with Alexander Usyk, his mentor, his hero. What a man to have in your corner, fighting your corner, training alongside. We've said it all week, we've said it for a very long time. Success breeds success, and what a man to have around you for inspiration, Barry.
It really is. We all say all the time, don't we, about great trainers and good trainers, but having great fighters around you, you learn more from them than you do the trainers themselves sometimes. Just be able to see what they do, how they train, how the discipline that they have. And even if you're not trying to follow it, you just naturally fall into that same mode, so it's great. But like I said about Lapin, he's really full of confidence now. You know, he believes in himself, he's sitting down on his punches, and he's an improved fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds and will be for the vacant IBF International and vacant WBA Continental Light Heavyweight Championships. Brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA. With Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Aaron for Top Ring Incorporated, and Sella, in association with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, Gold Star Promotions, and K2 Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman El Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, New Murabba Development Company, Tawuniya, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfidi. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Board Representatives Robin Smith and Robert W. Smith, along with the International Boxing Federation, President and Supervisor Daryl Peoples, and the World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza Jr., Supervisor Thomas Poots. Our 3 judges assigned will be Oliver Bryan of Germany, Leszek Jankowiak of Poland, and Kevin Parker of England. Our referee in charge will be Bob Williams of England. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight, out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with burgundy and weighed in officially at 173.1 pounds. Coming to us from Toul, France, he brings an undefeated record with 14 wins, 4 wins, come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dillan Colin. His opponent across the ring in this championship contest, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing a white with yellow and weighed in officially at 174.9 pounds. Hailing from Kyiv, Ukraine, he is undefeated with 10 wins. 4 of his 10 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Daniel Chipa Chipunya Lapin.
Here's the man that's put all of this together. What a remarkable distance it's been with him guiding this fantastic sport. Safe to say we wouldn't have these fantastic shows if it wasn't for His Excellency Yalla Sheikh. Great to see him here in the building. And again, in the heavyweight contest here, vacant IBF international title, the WBO Continental Light Heavyweight Championship, that Daniel Lapin, holder of. First round here, and the first thing, Barry, that is evident is that height and reach advantage that Lapin has.
No flies on you, Darren. But you got to use it. So for Colin, who's not really a come forward sort of fighter, he's a sort of a box fighter, so he likes to box, likes to move, and can be aggressive when he needs to be, off the punch, off success. He's not just going to barge forward, so it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to play it out.
Oh, big left hand. Lovely shot from Daniel Lapin, just went wide with the right hook. And it was a straight left, straight down the guard of Dillan Colin. Beautiful shot, Sergio.
Yeah, man, it was so accurate. That's the thing. That's the thing about Daniel Lapin. He has good feet for a tall fighter. I mean, extremely tall fighter, a southpaw. That was right down the pipe. It was perfect.
As Barry says, we're starting to see the maturity, that man strength, and that belief in his power starting to show from Lapin.
Just that little sit down, that's a Usyk-esque movement, that is, just to relax and just to make you second guess what he's going to do next.
Doesn't rush anything, takes his time. See there, nice long right hook. Brilliant amateur pedigree, over 260 fights, European champion. Just taking his feet out of range there, looking for the counter 1-2.
Got to be careful here, Colin. Got to get a little bit lower if he can, because he's trying to rush in every now and again. But Lapin's just been able to time it nicely and throw that left hand right on the guard.
Lapin really does have quick feet and quick hands for such a tall fighter in that southpaw stance. You know, another fighter that's this tall in the southpaw is Sebastian Fundora, the champion at 154. But Fundora's a lot more flat-footed. He doesn't have the hand speed of Lapin. This is really impressive for such a tall, rangy fighter.
Just look at the little small movements as well with the feet there from Lapin. And Colin just looks to advance, just take a little step back. Not enough to give Colin confidence.
It's a laser-like left hand. Point A to point B doesn't really waste no energy. Everything comes from the hips and the bottom of the feet, right down the middle.
Yeah. On the flip side, Colin, he can't afford to waste anything because he will walk on to that left hand of Lapin. He's so sharp, he's so accurate with that left hand.
And you want to be careful you don't walk onto punches, but also you have to try and advance. You can't stay on the end of that long jab. You'll be peppered all night. And the target practice for that long left hand, so you have to get in close. That's where feints, doubling the jab, a little bit more variety and speed in the feet.
Yeah, that's the thing about him. That's the thing about Colin. He doesn't have speed in the feet. He's a little stiff. He's been inactive, and it's going to be very difficult to break that distance.
Yep, solid opening round. The defending WBA Continental Light Heavyweight Champion Daniel Lapin. And again, the man of the moment, the most influential man in boxing, His Excellency Abdullah Sheikh, taking his seat early this evening for what promises to be an absolute blockbuster evening of boxing. Your home of global boxing, the zone. A rematch later tonight. All put together because of this man here.
I'm not just getting us the rematch, getting it quickly. I think that's a unique thing.
Yeah, it is. Seeing fights, seeing shows you can only ever dream of. Back to this one, Daniel Lapin, very, very smart, accurate, hurtful punching in that first round. And Colin, can he respond? Can he get close to Lapin? Like I say, he's naturally aggressive, does like to get in your face and rough you up and try and put a dent into his opponents, but that being at a level, this a massive step up for the Frenchman.
He talks about growing into his confidence, Daniel Lapin, and you could see how he's turning his left hand with a lot of confidence, a lot of power, but he sets it up behind that long right jab. Everything is behind that ring, so he uses his entire height and torques his entire body to go into that leverage, into that power. You can see Lapin's going to turn into a big puncher the older he gets.
Yeah, and on a run of 4 stoppages would already suggest that, wouldn't it? I think just finding maturity in his body, understanding what he has to do.
Ranked 36 by the WBC, 11 by the WBA. Obviously picks up this vacant IBF Intercontinental title. Climb up those rankings, so moving in the right direction. Lapin. Team around him and the way he approaches fights, very impressive and looking good here. Colin, so far, the Frenchman, no answer for the movement, the rhythm. Daniel Lapin.
No, he's looking, he's trying to move around the target. He's trying to dip his legs now and again. There's just no give in the makeup yet of Lapin. Trying to force Lapin to throw a lazy jab, but that's not going to happen.
No stranger to these parts, Lapin. The first AJ Usyk card, Jeddah, then the first Fury Usyk here in Riyadh. So here for the third time, taking the whole week in his stride, a smile on his face.
See, the reason Colin can't break that distance is he's just standing right in front of him. The head is in the same place, the feet aren't moving, the upper body's not giving him a moving target, no perpetual movement, you know, from Colin. no jabbing his way in as well. So it's really easy for Lapin to just keep him at the end of that long jab and just line him down the pipe with that left hand.
That's better, trying a bit more there, looking for the overhand right, just leaning back, Lapin, avoiding the shot, but a bit more intent, desire to get close to Lapin from Colin.
But even that was thought with danger. You know, he almost caught an uppercut on the way in. So it's one of those things where you're going to have to take that risk, unfortunately, if you want to try to win the fight.
Nice right hook by Lapin. Even that punch, which you know, most southpaws that have a right hook like that, they're just dangerous fighters. But when you have long arms like that, you can still turn that hook and torque it nicely. That's dangerous.
When the mic comes down. Right, left, right.
Tu sors de son axe, sinon il va te piquer à chaque fois. Il t'attend, il pique, d'accord. Il faut que tu sortes ton pied, et t'es trop loin, tu prépares pas assez.
Постоянно его набери. Жестче, понял? Левую, жесткую, включаешь, чтобы тогда ты понимаешь, 90-100% вероятность, чтобы не прикарывался.
T'es trop inactif, ouais, t'es trop inactif, tu vois.
На ножку подвигался, порастреливал его издалека.
Missing with that right hook, but really it was just a set of that nice long straight left hand right on the guard there for Lapin, using his range really well, controlling everything with that right hand jab.
Looking relaxed, comfortable, Lapin. And this is scheduled 4th, 10th rounder, never been the distance. Flip side, Colin. This is 3rd, 10th rounder, and he's completed it once. Oh, just avoiding the shot, the left hand there from Lapin. Colin.
Right idea, the upper body movement was the right idea there for Lapin, from Colin. He just needs to do it with his body a little bit over the front knee, so he can roll into a shot and not leaning back.
Yeah, the upper body of Colin is finally moving a little bit. You can see that he wants to break that range, but without jabbing his way in, he's not giving Lapin anything to think of, anything to defend. It's just upper body movement.
It's a nightmare opponent, this, for Colin. He's been out of the ring for 378 days since his last fight, where he defended his French national light heavyweight title. And it's not ideal, is it, when you're in the ring with someone like Lapin, being out of the ring for that long?
Where'd you get the sparring?
Yeah.
It's impossible. I mean, you get a heavyweight, but that's no good because they're too slow.
Well, in a recent interview, he said the 8 weeks camp that he had, a solid 8-week camp, it was all focused on dealing with the height of Lapin.
But finding a sparring partner that's tall, that's probably, you know, it's not going to be easy, but you can do it. Not the exact same height, but you can somewhere near it. But that tall and southpaw, that is very rare.
Yeah, more intent from Colin, trying to get closer, but you just see the smart education, the ring IQ from Lapin there, just taking a little step to his right, getting back to the center of the ring. Just missing that big left hand of his. Again, using the feet well to get out of range.
He's trying a little bit faster here, isn't he, Colin? Just trying to go after Lapin throws.
But again, like you said, Barry needs to watch that overhand right because it puts him in a position to walk onto the uppercut of Lapin.
We talked about Lapin actually coming around his power, you know, having confidence in his power. Now you can see the leverage he's trying to put it between that left hand. Most of his opponents, you know, he's punching from an elevated position, punching down. So, you know, being able to really get the timing down and crack that punch down, you know, that really gets the knockout ratio up.
Trying to force Colin to make a mistake, isn't he? You're trying to overreach or extend.
And Colin knows that.
Yeah, he does.
Colin doesn't want to come in.
Credit to him. He's not taking the bait, Colin. If anything, he's the one looking to counter. Well, let's catch up with Danniel, who's with Andre Nowitzki.
Andre, win number 14 of your career, win number 6 this year. It's been a busy year for you.
Yeah. So I'm so excited for the fight for 1 in 8 for months. I'm so happy I can stand in Saudi Arabia and I win my game fight. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. People, thank you so much. Saudi Arabia, so much. Los Angeles, Ukraine. I'm so happy, guys.
What do you want next year? Obviously, this belt being fight. What's your plans for 2025?
Now I want to be a little bit rest, celebrate.
Come on, Daniel, one more.
Guys, next year, I wanted to fight with Wilder if possible. I want this fight.
All the big names, congratulations. Good win. Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Andre Levitsky, winner of our last contest here in the Kingdom Arena. Back to this one, Daniel Lapin versus Frenchman Dillan Colin for the vacant IBF International title and the WBA Continental Light Heavyweight Championship that Daniel Lapin holds. Been smooth, he's been relaxed, patient, looking for the counters. Credit to the Frenchman, Barry.
Yeah, he's trying to have a go, isn't he? See there for Lapin, his whole focus was to get back to the centre of the ring. He almost ran to the centre of the ring there. Just knowing there, you got so many more options available to him. Just like to see Lapin step behind that jab a little bit more again. More weight behind the shot.
Sergio, what would you like to see Lapin do more? Be a bit more positive?
No, I think this is his fight. To throw more combinations, to push the fight, to actually open up, punches for Colin. I think he's in control. He's frustrating Colin at the end of the punches. He's unleashing that laser left hand right down the pipe and really doing it with mean intentions. I really like everything I'm seeing from Lapin. He's even throwing straight shots to the body, responsibly bending his knees. Everything's good.
Better for Colin here, that upper body move, trying to roll into some sort of action.
He's taking the power out of the shots. Lapin just varying up that power.
Yeah, Colin's already having more confidence breaking that distance now. You can see it now. Lapin's having to move his upper body and watch out for punches that are actually flowing by now.
And that's hard, isn't it? When you're having no success with everything you try, you still got to keep trying. It's a very difficult thing to do.
It's discouraging. Missing punches is the worst thing for a fighter. Look, Colin already missed 4 punches in a row trying to punch the taller target, and punching up is even more difficult. That's the reason the shorter fighters, whenever he's dealing with someone like this, you should really concentrate on the body, in the early rounds, and then later rounds you can actually loop your shots over the top.
Yeah, let's see if we can see more variation with that left hand from Lapin, but so far so good. Down to this man here, Dillan Colin, trying it close to these great
но потом поднимает. Проработал. Он пробивает, заставит. Поворачивает голову. Поворачивает голову. Налево, направо удар.
Ça va travailler sa bouche. Essaye de sortir ce spectateur là. C'est bien ça. Tu sors. Ça va venir. On est au 5e. Ça va venir. On va faire ça.
Сейчас нужен третий. Привык к двум, понял? Нужен третий. Постоянно нажимаем.
Corner's 10 seconds.
Постоянно накидывает. Постоянно держит дистанции и закидывает. Он не может достать. Но когда не дорабатывает.
KO King, Eduardo Rocky Hernandez makes his return to the ring in February. He takes on Mexican Rene Tellez-Giron, who eyes on reigning a silver lightweight title in 2025. Catch this one, February 28th, live on the Zone.
C'est bien, Denis.
Ну, отлично. Надо поднадать.
A glancing uppercut. Take another view right there. No, it was a feet. You're right, Barry.
Round 7.
He called it that knockdown?
No, it wasn't.
He's going to give it everything, isn't he, the Frenchman? And I think he'll be in some good scraps.
Не оставайся. Тык-тык. Дальше. Тык-тык. А то на него. Ноги. Не надо вот этого вот. Раз разорвался, не дал еще туда. Последний раз. Отлично. Не ищешь ничего. Хорошая дистанция.
Keep your distance.
Руки поджать надо. На ногу. Последний раз. Задышь. Не ищи. Понял? Не ищи удара. Хороший.
Mais c'est pas grave, c'est bien.
Score is 10 seconds.
Meanwhile, let's jump into the highlights of the fight between Daniel Lapin and Dillan Colin for the vacant WBA Continental Light Heavyweight belt. Lapin, a young talent, southpaw, tricky. Did you like what you saw?
Yeah, I like what I saw. Textbook boxer. The fact that he uses those, he stays tall, he's got really good footwork, always looking to step back and counter his opponents. He kept Colin at bay.
This is around where he had him hurt.
Yeah, he had him there, a little check hook, stepping back. Tried to go with boxing, as I said, Donny critique, a bit more invention.
Okay, so one judge giving every single round to Lapin, the other two judges giving just one round.